Hi everybody. How is it going? Alright. Okay. Alright. This is an interesting work that I did. Yeah. What is up? Hello, people on stream. Welcome. If there's anything you want to discuss, get them in the chat. In the meantime, I'm just working on my augmented reality plugin for OBS. It's been going quite well, to be honest. And I could show some of my progress. So I have been working on the tracking part. So I found that maybe like test. No, we don't got nothing. No, so it's like in build macOS, debug, test, tracking to provide a path. So let's grab the path. So I started working with this real life data of the korfball. All right, so let's just copy the file path. That's it. The korfball court tracking for augmented reality. Now, this is not in OBS, but no. I'll restart it. This is not in OBS, but it could easily be in OBS. So what I'm doing is I'm marking up the thing, and then I'm grabbing kind of like a view of this flat area here. It's called a rectified view from the top. It doesn't really matter. Okay. And then I'm starting to track it. What I added recently is this sort of visual tracking. So it's tracking the features on the floor, but that's not enough. If I turn that off, it just goes, just goes way off. And so what I added is this visual tracking. So it's trying to match this view to the floor a little bit, and that kind of keeps the other tracking method, which is just tracking the points, that's trying to keep that in check. So it's not 100%, as you can see, yet not really 100% accurate, but it's getting there. There's a few things here about this thing that might be problematic. We got this little thing here that's always static. This thing here that's always static is actually not helping. It's not helping at all. Right? Not helping at all. But in general, that extra modality of the tracking is helping quite a bit. But it's not enough. One thing I wanted to add is that I need to add that rectified view kind of thing needs to update, right? So I'm running this every 10 frames because this is kind of like a heavier operation. First of all, I wanted to try this with just 10. So, well, I don't even have CMake in here. Okay, that's fine. All right, so it would be like CMake build macOS target. It's called what? Test something. Rebuild the thing. Test tracking. Right, so you're going to rebuild the thing. This is a fairly heavy operation of running the find transform ECC. It needs to transform the image in a bunch of ways to find it. And what I'm well, hoping is that the regular tracking is going to do a fairly okay job in finding the object frame to frame, and then I don't have to run this for many iterations. So I'm going to restrict it to just 10 iterations and see if that helps. Because it does jitter, as you can see. It does jitter, which is not very good. It means that the CPU is kind of overworked. So if we just limit that to just a bit, just a couple of iterations, then it's better. You know, it doesn't jitter as much. But then its power of finding the homography is also not as strong. All right, so the other thing I wanted to do, that if we do find the homography, we need to also update reproject the current tracking object to that point. Object the homography. I want to store the object current rectified view of the object. That's fine. Proposed projected view. That's fine. Object rectified view projected. I want to grab the object on the scene. Update the object image to object homography. That's fine. Let's see if I have it. The mask thing. It was the masked stuff. Object corners. Get homography object to image. I need image to once I update image to object. Where do I get the rectified view? Where do I get the rectified view? This is rectified view. So scaled, right? Rectified view. Rectified view with the scaled, with the scale matrix. There's a descale matrix in here. There's a scale matrix as well as a descale matrix. That's my scale matrix. Already exists, so let's do this. All right, so we get the new scale matrix now. Scaled homography. So we definitely already have scale homography. That and get rectified view. Now add the new rectified view to the stored rectified view exponential decay, right? So what I want to do is I want to bring in this new view of the object, update the existing rectified view with this sort of exponential decay. The life of KB. Oh, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I'm working on my augmented reality tracking plugin for OBS. I'm just perfecting the tracking technology. And so, yeah, you're just about to see what's going on. We have this korfball court, and we want to track the court, right? We want to add this augmentations. We did this last time. It was pretty neat. And so, oh no. What is this thing doing? Okay. And yeah, rectified view is not... KB, welcome. Yeah, so I'm just working on this augmented reality thing, and you see, kind of, it's like it goes a little out of whack as it's advancing, and then it kind of, you know, so it's not really what we want. Well, that's fine actually. Let's remove So get rectified view. I would like to destroy destroy the rectified view window. Whatever. I want to remove it because it's just confusing. Right, the augmented reality part. Yeah, I'm not quite ready to release it because, as you can see, the tracking needs a little bit of tuning, but I'm almost there. It's looking much better. I think I need to add an additional tracking modality. Ugh, what's going on with this mouse click thing? Okay. An additional tracking modality to make it like really nice and smooth and really just something that will really pick on that scene and really just stay really tight with the object right now. But now we can see the rectified, the proposed object view. These should be more ghostly kind of thing, right? Now it has this thing coming into this, so it's going to stick to it. And I hate this part on the thing. I hate this part. There's overlay on the thing, just screws up everything. I mean, what can I using a magic to use this with? Right, so last time we talked, we saw this stuff on an OBS, and what I want to enable. Let's just do a demo for people. People from last time kind of seen this already. All right, so what I want to enable with this is to allow. Let's set up the object tracking. Again, you got to do the 4-point thing and initialize the tracking algorithm. Let's do this. Okay. And so now, yeah, I mean, what we have going on here is that, see, we have the scene here on the right, and then we have the augmentation here on the left, right? So we can bring in, right? So you can see this on the right, right? We can bring in some stuff, or we can take this and like move this around. See, like the first and 10. I mean, obviously this is flipped, right? So we kind of need to redo the floor, sorta. Right, we need to go, what did we do? So we need to go the other direction, maybe? Not sure exactly. Yeah. I mean, yeah, anyway. So you got another scene, and in this scene you got some stuff, right? So you can mark up things on the ground, right? And this could potentially extend, like this object thing could potentially extend to the whole court. Still trying to figure that out, but you want to bring in like a symbol here in the middle. You want it to show up, right? Up, goes off, goes on. And you could also like bring up some statistics, right? Why not? You know, bring in like the score between the two teams. You want to project it on the floor. And that sort of stuff. And I'm also, you know, I'm working out an idea on how to track the different players that are playing, right? Track the different people. Yeah, that's totally doable. And yeah, like track the people, and then show stuff on the floor, maybe. Right, show stuff on the floor based on the people that are playing, you know, or maybe show, I don't know, show statistics, show interesting stuff, just this augmented reality effect for, you know, so as it's playing and like tracking, you know, you can bring in stuff, move stuff as it's playing. Now, like I said before, tracking is not perfect because of some things that are going on. But you want to do this augmented reality effect. That's the deal. You're seeing a couple. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. I mean, this is for this. The idea about this plugin is for non-professional streamers. Like, it's not. I don't intend this to be used by the NBA, right? This is for small-time streamers, volunteer streamers, just people who are looking to upgrade their streams and have a cool stream. Gonna have some ideas before I release. Please, yeah, I mean, share them. That's what we're here for. I mean, I'm showing you my work, and I'm looking for feedback. And so while this is not, I don't want to release it before I have like at least the tracking be reasonably okay. Which I think I'm getting there. I think I'm getting to that point. But yeah, I would definitely be up for any sort of feedback to incorporate it before going live. Let's go for like 640. You know what? Just keep it at 480. But I do want to crop. Some of that korfball thing. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, let's see. I want to crop like the 50 pixels maybe from the bottom. Yeah. 100% coming up with use cases for this is going to be very helpful and useful. Because when I release this as a plugin, I could say you could use for this, for that. I can create videos. Usually that's what I do. I release it and then I say, hey, you could do this, you could do that with it. And then people pick on that and kind of find what works for them. But really, yeah, it's kind of like the same sort of idea. All right, so I was able to get rid of the annoying part of the bottom, which really screws up with the tracking so much. So let's set up the tracking in here now. Oops. What's going on? I got exception. We got pyramid. Oh, so crops fix at the bottom. Make sure the image is still divisible by 16 or something like that, right? What you gonna do? All right, roughly 50 pixels from the bottom. Calculate the new height. So minus 50. Okay, kinda over 16 times 16, and then just like in this whole thing. Something like that. Yeah, we're just going. Okay. All right, KB. Mambi here. Hello. Hello. Is this Yumirion? Is this Kaito? Welcome. Konnichiwa. Welcome to the stream. Oh no. Ugh, annoying. Right. What have we got going on? OCR. I guess someone asking for help on OCR. Kaido, that's you. Oh, it's for the thing. Yeah, I'll get to it. It's 100%. Yeah, definitely the PR for Flat Hub. Yeah, why not? I mean, let's do that. Where are we? Let's see. This is irrelevant. All right, so we got Flat Hub. Where are we? All right, this is a suggestion. Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't really read Japanese. I'm not that good with Japanese. I could try to translate this on the fly and see. Yeah, why not? And try to translate. Thank you very much. Domo arigato. Arigato gozaimasu. My Japanese is not that good. I only know a few things, but you could help us. You could help us learn Japanese. All right, so this is looking better. Building OpenCV with all that kind of stuff. That's fine. And then we're building Tesseract and Leptonica. And that's fine. And then we're filing build it. If this is building, that I can ask for I can just ask for a re-review. I should ask for a re-review. I think that we should just ask for a re-review. Would you agree? Merg. I caught the peer. The pyramid is failing, but why? The pyramid is failing. How many levels of the pyramid do we need? Like divisible by 16? $32? Oh my god. Divide it by 16? Hey. All right, people on the stream, speak up. If there's anything you want to know, hear, talk, find out, suggest. Let's see. Still, it's failing on the pyramid. Why? Rows. That's fine. At the new height. That's fine. If I don't do this, then the thing magically works? It's weird. Do I need to make it divisible by 48? Oh, by the way, that's not how things work. I need to divide by 32. Make this into an integer. And then multiply by 32. Divide by 32. And actually what I would need to do is a CV. Floor. doesn't have floor. Who may have floor? Floor double. Okay. Int. No, this doesn't work like that. Well, could be. Let's see. Yeah, it did cut out the thing. It cut out too much. That's the copy frame clone frame. $60. 16. Oh, he's having fun with some pyramids here, and they seem to just not be working. Okay, but why did it snap back to its old height? I was going back to my pyramid levels. Merg. Let's just... like frame size, the original frame size, and then the crop size. Let's see. People on the stream, speak up. Right, it was 480 by 270. By the way, I was hoping to have the height be 480. And not the width, which is way too small. Okay. So now we are done for 480 to 416. So 416 over 2, over 2, over 2, over 2, over 2. 5 levels. We can do 5. We can divide it by 2 5 times and still be okay. So that pyramid, I don't know what that pyramid is doing. It's still crashing on the pyramid. Still crashing on the pyramid. It also needs to have the divided by 16. These are the rows. I also need the columns. Calculate the new width should be 16.2. All right, so frame goals. By 16. Okay. Yeah. This should be okay now. We got both the rows and the calls divisible by 16. At the very least. Okay. Now we get 484 for 16. 484 over 2, over 2, over 2, over 2, over 2. That's 5 times. No, only 4 times. Well, because it's 16. 2 to the 4th. Okay. Let's see if the pyramid's gonna barf again. Most certainly it did. I'm gonna up it to 32. The thing is, for those of you who are listening in, the problem with the pyramid is that it's trying to divide the size of the image. And at a certain point, that's what I'm suspecting, is that at a certain point, you can't divide the image by 2 anymore for the image pyramid. And it just fails. No, it just keeps on failing. I don't know. GLK pyramid. I think that we need to, since this is just an ROI, I think we need to have it do something like that. Like frame. We are going to have to use this sort of frame underscore in all of these places, because we can't use an ROI. We may not be able to use an ROI on that CV mat. Let's see, what's up? What's wrong? Frame underscore. Indeed. What else? That's it. Let's run this and see if the pyramid is going to barf again. Hopefully it won't. Oh, god damn it. Still barfing. Still barfing. So 832 over 2 over 2 over 2 over 2 over 2 over 2. That's 6 levels. Then I got 416 over 2 over 2 over 2 over 2 over 2. That's 5 levels. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Something is wrong here with the pyramid. It's just unwilling to play along. And it's vexing. Count exception. And the pyramid. Previous level and the next level. That makes little sense to me. I don't know why it would do that. But we are using our optical flow is using pure LK, if you all remember. We are using the pyramid Lucas and Canade method for optical flow. And that might just be not the best kind of idea, but it works fine if the image is not manipulated. New width and the new height. Well, because like the original image is like... Alright, if I don't crop this. Okay, no cropping. And doing like frame equals frame underscore. If I don't crop this, then what happens? You know, the thing runs. Well, frame. Okay, okay. Right, there's no crop now. No cropping, and the thing runs, but as soon as I touch it, it fails. That makes no sense. Yeah, see, it works fine. don't get it. It's tracking and it's working fine. The problem is I need it cropped. I need it cropped. I need to get rid of that little thing at the bottom. Alright, so that'll be the new height. So let's get the new width with the... I don't mind cropping a little bit from the left and the right. I want to maintain the aspect ratio. Get the aspect ratio. Calculate the new width by the aspect ratio. And now new width, new height. That's not true. I want to crop a little bit from the left and a little bit from the right. It's not 0, 0 to new width. It would be center the crop horizontally. Okay. Rect. So I'm starting for X and going for new width. So it's this minus the new over 2. Fine. That's what we need. Let's see about the cropped frame with the same aspect ratio. It makes very little sense to me. Stuff is just not... That is all kinds of strange. See, it's not that. It's not that at all. It's still crashing on the pyramid. That's not it. Crop the frame. No. No. Crop the frame. So instead of copy to, let's do this. I mean, why? Why would it do this? So annoying. Alright, CV. Resize. Frame underscore. To frame. So let's take the crop. Bring it back into frame. But the original size. Downscale. After the downscale. Back to the original size. Now the thing is going to be the exact size that it was before, just cropped. Aspect ratio maintained and so on. It's the same exact size. If it fails now, the problem is elsewhere. It didn't fail. Interesting. But the thing came back? What? Y'all. Well, true, Frank coffee, Frank clone. Alright, this is the reading. This is the other reading. This is the other reading. Okay. Let's put this in a function. Mat crop frame. Return frame. Get CV mat frame. Original size. Okay, so again, crop frame instead of this one. Yeah, very quick crop frame. Same thing needs to happen in here. Copy frame. Resizing. Set it to the crop frame. Right, the tracking should also do the same sort of cropping we did on the initial steps. All right, let's have a look. We're doing this, and that. Now the frame is good. Now we don't have that thing on the bottom that's annoying. That overlay that really just confuses everything. So there's no overlay, and the thing right now it's getting distracted by the people on the floor. Now it's getting distracted by the people on the floor, and it goes out of whack completely. Goes completely out of whack. It's getting confused by the people. I hope that you all can see this, right? I mean, let's try grabbing a bigger thing. Okay, whatever. It's not rectified, but let's try grabbing a bigger area. Let's try grabbing this area here, maybe. It's close enough. These people on the floor are confusing the tracker. It thinks that they are part of the floor because they are not moving. And as soon as they start moving, the tracking sort of tries to follow them because it thinks they're part of the floor. And that is just wrong. You know, as soon as the tracking goes off, it is basically just stuck. Part of it is because we are updating our rectified view, and so we may need to adjust basically the exponential decay. We need to think about how to make it less concerned with the people and sort of track the people and not the floor. I mean, that's one thing to do. Right. As soon as they start zooming in, you know, as long as there's people there, that's okay. But now the referee is moving and it's dragging the whole tracker along with right. See, the visual tracking is not, the dense visual tracking is not well balanced with the key point tracking. That is sort of the worst thing about this, that you can't trust one tracker and not the other. You don't know which one to trust. Okay. The other possible thing will be to find out the major color of the floor and then treat everything as an outlier to that color and try to create a mask for this. The mask that we have, we can also insert some color information to it and then mask out some things like the referee. It's obviously not the color of the floor. We can try to mask it out. And then our visual tracker will be more accurate. That's all kinds of additional heuristics. The other thing we could do is to blend the homographies and not directly trust the value of the visual tracker. So we have the proposed homography, instead of just updating it like that, to blend image homography blend the existing with the proposed homography, right? And so it's like 0.95 to 0.5. I would say equal parts inverse of this one. I would say equal parts. So now the visual tracker will not immediately just take over. It will kind of just nudge it into place. But this is definitely one of the hardest. It's kind of a difficult tracking scene to do very, very accurately. Yeah, see, stuff is just going completely out of whack when we're doing the blending. Wait a second. We do have our confidence. So we could do it like that. We can say like 1 minus the confidence in this one. If it's not very confident, it's not going to use it by much. This might make things a little better. I think it's like 0.9. It's very confident in what it's doing. It's still pretty confident. But then confidence is going to drop. And it's not going to trust it that much anymore. And now it's back to kind of high confidence values. Oh, what happened there? I have no idea. All right, that helped a little bit. That helped somewhat. That helped a little bit, and that we need like edge cases. You know, if it's 1, or let's say if it's less than I mean, 0.2 in terms of confidence, that's pretty low confidence. I would not trust these values. So if it's 1 or see is like less than a quarter, let's just dump that. Define the homography. So we will add CC. Just like that. Okay. Yeah, which is fine. We can dump those. The other part is I'm noticing the rectified, stored rectified exertion decay. Again, I think that the only reason for us to change it, we need to set this up in the same way. We need to update the rectified view only if this new one is like really happy, or else it's the same deal. You know, we don't really want to update it too much because there's stuff on it. All right. Still having some problems with the visual tracker. Gonna drawing it out. Drawing it up. Sticking to that one feature that it had. That's the major problem. Maybe we should not be doing this at all. Add the rectified view, or only add it when it's like really high. If CC is greater than like 85, then I would update. I would update the view only if it's like really, really high. And if it's not, just not do it, because I really wanted to keep the original thing. As soon as it starts changing, the visual tracking start changing, everything just goes out of whack. See, we're saying like the object template in here, that's something that we want to track. So long as people are there, it's fine. See, but now it's starting to be a little off. Oh, by the way, that is correct. I should not be updating this at all because some things are hidden. Oh no. Really, what we should do, we can't just set the object rectified view. We need to crop it or to mask it to only the parts that it should be tracking. Oh no. That is 100% true. Rectified view, just to make this clear. What is going on here, what the problem is, y'all are about to find out and see that since the view is cropped and we're updating the rectified view, yeah, this thing has no hope of tracking it because it already can't see some things. So we need to bring the mask over. Maybe we just don't touch it at all. All right, notice rectified view. It's going to be updated, but soon as this thing starts zooming in, you'll see will be taken over by some black here on the bottom. Why isn't it updating? See, like the black parts are coming in. The black parts are coming in because we don't have that in the visual, and it's trying to copy it in and update the template, but there's nothing to update with. Now they're not very high readings, so not doing much of the updating. Right? But even if it's going to update, it needs to have proper information. But right now it seems to be tracking very well. I don't know if y'all can see, but it's looking pretty good. It's tracking pretty good. So far, it stays stuck on the object. Kind of sticks to it. Now, unfortunately, it's not sticking to it so well. Might be part of the blending. The homographies blending. Yeah, I was able to last through the scene and not go completely out of whack. Oh, that's it, we're done. Object is completely lost. Can't even see it. Which is cool. The the rebuilding of the object is something else. All right, so we got this. This is fine, but also I need to make sure that the whole object is in view. I want that, or I will update partially. I need a masking. Ugh. I need a masking of some sort. I need a masking of some sort. I don't know if that's gonna work out. I need to give this some thought. Let's try to work through this together. Okay. Updating the object. Okay. Add weighted. Does this have a mask? It does not. It doesn't have a mask. How about just add? Does add have a mask? CB add? It does. Add has a mask. So really what I need to do is to convert the mask, rectify it. Same thing we're doing with rectified view, so warp perspective. We work perspective frame into rectified view. I need to work perspective the mask into a rectified mask. Okay. Rectified mask. And then warp perspective of mask. Where's mask? Okay, that was the mask. And we need to find another mask. We need to... Man, this whole thing is like spaghetti code, and I need to like refactor a bunch of these things, but I'm just trying to find the way. I'm just trying to find the way. Looks like I got that into the rectified view with the scaled homography, and now I'm just trying to find the way, you all. Just trying to find it. Like updating the rectified view. Should we even, you know, care? I think we should care. This might actually be like a... this might actually be just a kind of like a step. All right, so we got the rectified mask. Let's see if this is even going to work. All right, let's CV add. So what I want to do, CV add, I want to add, this is the first source. This one plus this one is going to go into here using the rectified mask. Wow, if this is going to work, then it's like a step forward. Let's have a look, y'all. Let's have a look. Okay, setting up. Let's go and see if our rectified view gets obliterated or not. Right, we want to see this. We're seeing a tiny little bit sliver of the mask affecting. Now the reason it's not updating is because these are low reading. Yeah, I think with some proper thresholding, because these are not really, this view here is not really the view that we want to track, right? We want when like this the major part of the chord and that sort of stuff is available, right? That's kind of like what we want to track. That's much more of what we want to track. And oh, now I have no idea what's going on, but it's correcting itself. It's correcting itself. So all kinds of stuff happened here. It's getting jumbled. Really, this updating of the rectified view is just not really what we want, or maybe it's just an optional thing that we can enable and disable, and like maybe not do it all the time because it messes up with the tracking by much. And also I want it to be, I need it for the a reinitialization. That might actually be the best use for this. It's just a reinitialization. Like the object is lost and now the camera is just going, and we need to find the object. Also, this one, it's a lot of iterations and it's slowing us down. The other part is like, okay, we want to update it. If it's not that strong, we added here with the confidence. That didn't really work very well. Sorry about that, everyone. Had some matters to attend to. Where are we? Okay, this thing. I disabled the thing, and now the homography, the blending of the homography. I don't know. This is like the cross coefficient. This is the cross correlation. This is a cross correlation factor. Yes, sort of aligns. I may need to do some tuning. 25, that might be too much or too little. I don't know. Maybe all of these stuff will just be parameters that I allow people to change in the plugin, and then it just kind of works. All right, I'm gonna stop playing around with this more because it's at a point where, I mean, it's not that good, but it also is not very bad. Which is interesting. Right, it's not that bad. The tracking is, kind of okay. Yeah, the fact that we're not updating the rectified view of the object and the people on it, that just is, it screws up with it. But this view is a really, when you think about it, this is a very aggressive partial view. And we're only looking at the object very partially at this point. Very partial. Know what I'm saying? So this is kind of like a kind of a lot to ask. It's sort of a lot to ask from a tracker like this. See, and it's not doing that bad either. Well, this kind of looks pretty bad, but all right, I want to try it with a smaller frame, because we're seeing all sorts of things. We're seeing all sorts of problems. My major thing is like CPU usage and utility. This might be a tough thing to crack, because there's the using this two trackers at the same time. Every 10 frames I'm running the other tracker, and that other tracker is like fairly heavy. It's thoroughly confused with the people. It's completely confused. Yeah. I think what we should do for the actual plugin is that as soon as these numbers drop, as soon as like the confidence in the tracking drops, we should just drop it. We should say like, all right, lost tracking. We've lost tracking, and then whoever's running the plugin, I mean, will have to find a way to hide the augmentation, obviously, but then bring it back when the tracker kind of goes back on track, quote unquote. This is still a lot of iterations. But I wonder what happens if we give it like a lot more iterations and see if the visual tracker is able to stick to the object better. Let's give it a chance. Yep, it's sticking to it. Still sticking to it. But now as the ref starts to move, the visual tracker gets all kinds of confused. Because it's part of the template that it's looking for. That's the worst thing. That is just the worst thing. The objects that are on the floor that are not part of it, we have to filter them out somehow, or else this is just not gonna work. See? It's all kinds of confused. Yeah. It tracks very, very well, and then it drops like a stone. Within just a second, it goes from like 90 to 0.5. And that's not encouraging. So we could do some filtering based on the color. We can find the color of the floor and then create a mask that masks out stuff. But then it might mask out some features that we actually need. You know what I'm saying? We may actually mask out. Let's say we want to... We got all these markings on the floor that are not the color of the floor. We may have to do some... Anyway, I need a way to do it. This could be... How do we get through this? How do we get through this? Huh? If anyone has any idea, I'm open to ideas. How do we get through it? You know what I'm saying? Right, we got the floor with the markings. We got a bunch of people on the floor that are not part of the floor. I would like to get this rectified view, which is like the object. This is the object that we are searching for, right? I would like it to be just to clean it up little by little. As let's say the ref is moving, blah blah. It's a conundrum. Very high readings right now. Still high, even though most of the object is hidden. Yeah, it's even worse than before. It's even worse than before. We gotta find out a way to do this and to mask out the things. You have to find a way. We have to find a way to rebuild this. What if we do very little iterations, like 5, but then run this not every 10 frames, but every 5 frames, or maybe even every other frame. The tracker is going to be slower, but faster. Mark it up again. Let's see. So definitely is straining. Straining. Let's see. It's running much closer to the real time. No, it's starting to drift, and it really likes the it really likes the yellow thing of the ref. It's kind of such a strong feature in the correlation that it's like, you know, this is the object. Erg. All right, so there's many things here. There's many things to consider. This parameter, like how many times we're running this per how many frames. This is a parameter. The number of iterations here is a parameter. Everything is a parameter, really. To make this more robust. We could do the updating or not of the other object. There'll be so many parameters, no one will be able to use this tracker in OBS. I need some sort of breakthrough in the object and filtering out the object, because obviously there's gonna be stuff on the object all the time. All the time. Alright, so we do this, and we should get that, and then we could do a difference. This minus that, figure out where things are. Figure out where things are. So that the original mask of the object gets eroded. Weird thing. Okay. I mean, let's have a look. That's the rectified mask and blah blah blah. I want to do CV I'm show. New rectified view. I'm gonna show you all something. Let's have a look. Is this thing updating? Is updating. Hopefully it's gonna work. Let's break it up real quick. Okay, that's the rectified view, and this is the new rectified view. Okay. See, there's stuff moving on the object. There's stuff moving on the object. And that kind of... See, alright, so now we get like a very narrow view of the object and stuff like that. So, but if we... Yeah. You know, like, now it's like completely lost and so on. Okay. So, how about now we show rectified view minus the object rectified view. I don't want to do this. I actually want to show the difference normed in the stored rectified view. Diff. Abs diff. Okay. Sure, do this. Whatever. Okay. As the view is updating, it is starting to deviate from the original in some way. And we want that deviation. Okay, so this will be the diff. The new views coming in, looking at the thing, are starting to affect how this object is viewed. Right, see, now it's like massively already a big difference between this one and that one. Because things have moved. Right. The thing is that we were at a much better state before. Maybe the blending of the homography is not that good. We already had it pretty good before. Let's see here, it like drops precipitously. Just really... really drops by a bunch. If I make this really highly constrained, if it's less than 0.5, we disregard it and we dump it. Oh, alright everyone, I'm gonna have to go soon. But hacking on this has been fun. Alright, we're still getting pretty high readings at this point. As soon as we start zooming in, that cross-correlation thing is going to drop by a bunch. And we're still trusting this thing. Let's see what happens when we stop trusting it. Give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. Why not? What happens when we stop trusting it? Alright, it's coming. No longer relying on it. It's a little better. This thing has no chance of refinding the object, even though it's there. I wonder why the proposed projected view is not coming up. Okay. Now it's back to tracking. But of course it's a little off. I mean, that could be it. If it's like less than 78. If the tracking is not perfect, it's not good, then we just dump it. We dump the whole thing. Like that. No longer tracking. We're gonna go into object recovery mode. No longer tracking. Right? So long as we are, you know, roughly on track, you know, it stops. No longer tracking with the visual tracker. The visual tracker is like low correlation. It's not gonna. It's weird though. See, the visual tracker is still unable to lock onto the object. Now it should come back up. The numbers are rising, but it's not there. It's very strange. Maybe we need to give it more. May want to give it some more iterations. That is not enough. 30 iterations. Let's give it a go. What am I doing for waiting in here? 30. We need to be at 1. Alright, now it's going to stop the visual tracking. At least the visual tracker is not happy at all. Propose projected view. I would still want to see it. Yeah. All right. This is interesting. This is interesting. Still a little ways to go. But I think at this point we can say like, all right, the object is lost. It's like we're not seeing much of it. There's no reason in displaying, and I don't know, like the thing here on the bottom. You know. Now, let's see if it picks up on the object again. Nope. Yeah, the numbers get pretty high, but not that high. Maybe 0.7 is the thing. It's like for this particular example, that has to be a parameter. Because we set it, if we set it at 0.7, then it starts working for those particular frames. For those particular frames, it will start working. Let's do this otherwise. This is failed to find homography. That's fine. Found the homography. And we'll show this one. Get the object in homography. It's doing that. So let's only do this if CC is over 0.7. Get this whole thing needs to be in there. Only if it's more than 0.7. I don't know what the parameter is. This will have to be a parameter. Someone can say, like, how much do you trust the thing? How easy is the object lost, and that sort of stuff. Yeah. Where's the other view? 0.7, stop the visual tracking. Now the visual tracker is like just totally off. It's kind of unable to maintain a real grasp. There's something to it still, you know. It still is able to do something. It's not able to do much. Alright, this is gonna zoom out and then it's gonna pop out above. No, it didn't pop up above 0.7. It's never picked up on it. It might be a parameter. Anyway, everyone, it's been fun. It's been fun hacking on this. I'll make some more progress on my own, I think, this afternoon, and to just play around with different things and parameters and just get ready to release this, so that people can play around with it and give me some more feedback. I probably need some more data, but for now I'm gonna log off and go do some of my things. And so thanks everybody for joining me today. This has been great. Yeah, just great hacking on this. I like it, and I think the application is great. I think we should definitely release this at some point. The plugin, so that we can start testing this for real, and with actual people using it, and maybe rework some of the algorithms. Yeah, but thanks everybody for now. I appreciate your all's attention and time today. And so yeah, let's meet up again soon. Let's meet up again on Tuesday and keep working on this or other things. So bye for now, and thanks for joining again, and see y'all soon. Bye.